The oil rig is arguably the most lucrative way of obtaining high tier loot in Rust. Being a solo though, it's not usually easy to take it and then carry all the loot home with you. That's why I decided to build a pipeline from my base on the land all the way out as close to the oil rig as possible. That way, we could quickly funnel the loot straight back into our base from hundreds of meters away. There were definitely some kinks that we would have to iron out on the way, but we'll get to that. We were about to see our target for the first time. There's small oil rig. I think I actually kind of want to build on that island there. That might be kind of cool. But first, hit rock. So yeah, I want to be the first one to get that island because I feel like there might be other people going for it because it's in a cool spot. You also can't run over to that island, so I might have to... Someone's already built on the island, dude. Oh my goodness. This island would be vital to this plan working. It was the closest point to the oil rig, and because of this, it was unfortunately going to be very contested. I farmed what I could, got bashed in the head with a rock, and then swam to my new home to get something down before it was too late. Okay. They've got a pumpy already? How? There's someone on this island with a pumpy already. Oh, dude. We just need to get around this side and try and build this base before they see us. There's another base here, dude. So many people trying to build on this island. The island certainly wouldn't be big enough for the 3 separate groups that were currently on it, and what's worse is that one team already had shotguns and good tools. Right now, I was very vulnerable with only wooden doors and walls protecting my build location. My first priority was to get enough stone and metal to fix this. I had no blueprints on this server, meaning I couldn't craft any of the parts I needed for the pipeline yet. I needed scrap, and considering both the isolation of the island and it being highly contested, I decided to get a random beach spawn and try and build up enough scrap to buy a boat, which then I could use to give me greater access to the rest of the map. This is a decent spawn. We'll farm the road up towards the fishing village and try and buy a boat and take it home. Well, that's helpful. There's so many scientists, dude. Someone else is getting shot by the other scientist. I don't know if they're shooting back. I don't know if they're shooting back or it's just a naked getting shot. I'm currently like 45 scrap short of a boat, but the fishing village is right here and there's no recyclers anywhere near me, so I can't even recycle. I don't know how I'm gonna get this scrap. Oh! With what was seemingly a gift from the Rust gods, I managed to get the scrap, buy a boat, and get home. With this, I could now do a number of things. Firstly, I did the fishing village mission to obtain a pump shotgun, and then also farmed the ocean barrels to build up scrap and resources. The lighthouse was my nearest recycler, and the boat was also going to help me get there safely. I think there's someone here. Someone's recycling. I'm pretty sure there's 2 of them. Oh my god, 250 scrap? What? I'm just leaving. I'm leaving, dude. I'm gonna take this home in depot and then come back and do the recycles that I need to do. A pumpy. Seth? We had officially met the neighbor who owned the pump shotgun that we had heard earlier. Seth was gonna get very annoying. We might have had a one-up on Seth at the moment by taking his pumpy, but it wouldn't be long before he leveled the score. Oh, there's another base there now. Oh, dude, there's so many people set up on this island. We need to assert our dominance on the island. There's just a kid here asking for stuff. 130 scrap's pretty decent from that. Oh, I'm not giving you anything. Oh. Is that Seth? Has he got a SAR now? It is, dude. He lives in that 2x1 there. That's a solo base. He's on his own. Let's just confirm that this is Seth's base. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm out here. Yep, it's him. Out of the numerous bases that were on the island, Seth was currently enemy number 1, but that's not to say I wasn't planning on getting rid of everyone else along with him. Now, without a boat, I decided to steal one from the new neighbors who I had seen from the lighthouse. That's a double door as a second door. I might be able to go deep on this. I don't know how many there are though. There's a code lock, so more than one. You know what? I'm just going to take the boat. We might be able to go deep later. I just want to take the boat for now. Oh my god, these guys have SARS as well. How does everyone have SARS, bro? It wasn't that long into wipe, and already the other two groups that I met on the island were well ahead of me in terms of progression. At this point, my best bet was to take the boat and farm the ocean for as much scrap as possible to work towards both the oil rig pipeline and also researching satchel charges so we could raid the neighbours before they raided me. First, I made a couple trips to the mainland to farm nodes and upgrade my base to a point that I was confident I wouldn't be easily raided this early into wipe, and then got scrap farming. If I had one thing going for me at the start of this wipe, it was that I had managed to find 2 separate satchels so far that I could research. After learning one and recycling the other for a bean can that I could research, I was able to begin raiding my neighbours. There were 2 clear choices for bases to raid, but I decided to go with the base on the beach first because they were a bigger group and overall a bigger threat. They also only had a wooden front door, so hopefully it would be an easier raid than Seth's metal 2x1. Metal door now. Satchels. Okay, Yoka raid wooden door. Oh shit, someone just pulled up on the coast there. Yep. Yeah, they blew the wooden door off. I think we go through the stone wall to the left here. It's either that or go through a garage door and there might be another one behind it. So I think stone wall and then we can get to TC. But I'm gonna need more sulfur. Gotta seal first, then check loot. Alright, what do we got? Jackhammer, refinery. Look at that crude. Oh my god. Explo ammo, decent. If there's one thing I wanted from this raid, it was a gun, and unfortunately we were unsuccessful. I did a bunch of farming and finished off the last section of the base, which gave me nothing. Then did a bunch of base upgrades before turning my attention to Seth's base. Okay, one more door, that's unfortunate. Okay, kinda decent. Promising. Dude, that frame is wood. Molly's it is then. Okay, that's a good sign. Dude, there's not a single SAR in here. Oh my god, I really wanted a SAR from this. We may not have got a semi-rifle from these raids, but we did get rid of our neighbours. Or so I thought. Using the scrap that I already had along with the components that I got from these raids, I managed to research all of the industrial parts that I was going to need for my oil rig pipeline, as well as a few extra electrical pieces like furnaces and batteries. To maximize efficiency, I set up my first piece of piping for the wipe in the form of automated smelting. After getting the automated smelting system up and running, I now turned my attention to attempting to start the main pipeline. So I guess I should probably explain how it's going to work. Initially, I was planning on running the pipe along the ocean floor, completely hidden from sight. However, I very quickly realized that this wasn't going to work for a number of reasons. Pipes have a maximum length of 30 meters before they have to be plugged into something, and in this case, I was going to use combiners and splitters which would act as repeaters all the way out to the oil rig every 30 meters. This is all well and good, except that these deployables can't be placed underwater. Instead, I would have to build from the ocean floor to the surface every 30 meters and have the pipe running across the top of the ocean. As well as this, we would have to connect all these build-ups to a tool cupboard in order for them to not decay, so this would also mean building a foundation line all the way out to the rig. There's even more issues that we still need to work out, but for now, I knew that I was going to need a lot of resources. And I had a plan for getting those resources. However, that would have to wait. There's a guy there on the island. I wonder if that's a new neighbor. I think he's holding something. I think he's holding a gun.
Yeah, French. I think my base is getting ready, bro.
Oh my god, I literally looked at my other monitor for like a second. That was so dumb. And it's Seth. It's Seth, dude. Seth was back. He had rebuilt in this base on the beach nearby mine. Not only was he back, but he also had a teammate with him now, and they were about to let me know about it too. These guys came in, broke my freshly placed oil refinery, and then proceeded to talk shit as I helplessly watched them from my front window. After they'd had their fun, they told me they were getting off for the rest of the wipe, meaning that their loot was just gonna rot inside their tiny beach base. With them out of the way, I could now completely focus my attention on getting the pipeline built. This pipeline, though, was not going to be easy to build, given that I lived in one of the most resource-isolated places on the map. I needed a lot of wood, and there were only 3 or 4 trees at the best of times on this island, which wasn't going to cut it. Instead, I planned out a much more efficient way of getting wood. Looking at the map, the stone quarry wasn't too far away and was easily accessible to the coast via a boat. Even better though was that the stone quarry was right next to the outpost, which had a vending machine that trades stone into wood. Using this process, we could turn diesel into stone and then stone into wood. However, the stone quarry is loud when being used and would no doubt attract the nearby bases. I needed to be able to defend myself while using it, and I knew exactly where I was going to get the weaponry from. Okay, if these guys weren't lying to me, then they probably shouldn't be online, because I said they were getting off. Okay, there's Tommy in that box. Bit of armor. I think there's more behind this wall if I soft-side it. What do we got? Okay, quite a few guns. Decent. Oh, that diesel's good. I'm going to need that very soon. Dude, look how much crude we have. We have a good amount of diesel as well, which is what we're going to use now. Let's finally build this pipeline, eh?
Well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you when I go out. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm walking, yes, I know I'm gonna be.
It might not come as a surprise that these challenges take a considerable amount of time to complete. It's a lot of farming and grinding, and the only way that I can get through that is with gamer subs. And for the first 24 hours of when this video goes live, you can get yourself some free samples shipped anywhere in the world, completely free with my code Yexom. There's literally no reason not to order some, as it doesn't cost you a cent. After the 24 hours, my code will give you 10% off your order as well. Link is in the description.
But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
The pipeline was complete and ready to be put to the test. Smalls up. Okay, time to go. Let's see if this thing works. I need to make sure I take a diving kit and some fins. And then red card, blue card, obviously. Let's go. I should definitely be the first one there. There's no way anyone is there before me. I didn't hear any mini copters going over, and that's the only way someone could beat me there right now, I reckon. So that's the end of the pipeline there. Unfortunately, that's the closest that we can build to oil rig. So basically, the plan is to do oil and then depot all the loot in the vending machine that's in there, and it will send the loot back home without having to go all the way home. Alright, scientists are there. That's good news. Boat. Oh, dude, there's no way. Okay, never mind. He was on his own as well, so that's free, I guess. Is that another boat? Dude, what is that timing? As soon as I start the crate, someone rocks up. I gotta get down to the bottom. That's one. There's gotta be another, right? Yep. Oh my god, the whiff. There's another boat? What? Okay, one got away. There's 2 guys I need to kill. He's chopping him up. The dude that came in that boat is chopping him up. He's diving. He actually killed him too. Alright, I've been waiting a good 5 minutes for this diving guy to come up and I haven't seen him at all, so I think he swam away, to be honest. So I'm going to try and slowly pick off the heavies that I've started. This has actually kind of worked out perfectly to test the pipeline, because there's a lot of extra loot here that I won't be able to carry. So while I'm waiting for the crate to unlock, I'll quickly head to the vending machine, depot what I can, and then come back, and by then the crate will be ready. Oh, someone blew off my door as well, which is kind of weird because they obviously didn't get anything from this. So we can put all this loot in this vending machine and it's going to go straight back to base. There you go. All the loot's disappearing. It's going straight into the depot box at my base. Now I can head back to oil rig and get the rest of the scraps. Which honestly, as a solo, is really good because there's a lot of times where you're leaving a lot of loot behind that's kind of valuable on oil rig. So to be able to quickly and efficiently depot it and send it straight back to base is really good. Oh, that's not really that good. And I already can't carry any of it. So once again, I'll do another depot run, get rid of all this inventory, get the rest of the scraps, and then head home. And that's what we got from the oil run. Instead of being able to bring back one inventory of loot, we were able to bring back a whole, box, which is pretty convenient as a solo. The pipeline had worked surprisingly well, and also, although it doesn't really matter or change anything, someone had for some reason raided into the depot vending machine at the end of the pipeline. It was only one door, but it was interesting that anyone would even think that it was worth it. Anyway, I'm sure that'll probably be worth noting for later on in the story, but at the moment, oil rig really wasn't supplying the good gear, so I was just going to have to get it from somewhere else. Oh shit, that's really close. I might go to that. Rockets? Oh my god. How many rocketers, dude? That's so many rockets going off. I don't even know what base is big enough over there to, need that many rockets. Okay, we're getting close. Is that an M2? Oh, wait, what? Minicopter's firing Ensign? That minicopter has to be with them, right? If he flies over this way, I'll shoot him 100%. Oh. Go low, go low, go low, go low. Come lower. Oh, damn. That's a counter I'm pulling up behind. I might try and pick that counter off. Mini landing? Holy shit, bro. The mini landed right here. Surely I can pick him off. Oh, this is their raid base. That's turret. There might be so much loot there, but I can't get to it because of the turret. My best bet is just to wait for one of these guys to walk away from the turret range and then get him. I gotta not sit here. I can't be sitting here because they're gonna come back to the raid base. There is so many of them. Imagine going to a raid like this size with a group like this and having to be the guy that has to sit and watch the boxes and the beds. Uh-oh. He's actually coming. Dude! Just get the body, get out. Where is it? Where's the body, dude? Where's the body? I don't want to... Okay. Run. Dude, I whiffed so hard, but we got it done. I'm pretty sure I'm out. I think I headshot him with the last bullet in my clip then. With some better gear, I, of course, had to test it out with another oil rig run. This run went pretty smoothly and was another great use of the pipe. That is if you don't count the fact that in the time between this and my last oil rig run, someone had broken a lot of the pipe connections, meaning that it was rendered completely useless, and while depoting most of the loot in my vending machine safely, a group made their way to the oil rig and killed me as I headed back for the scraps. I didn't know it at the time, but Rosamaria was going to be a lot more annoying than just killing me on this run. So there were some flaws in the system, but that's to be expected. I fixed the pipeline to the oil rig, and while waiting for it to respawn, I headed to the lighthouse where I came across a group who was starting to become a bit of a nuisance. Oh, there's a guy there. There's two guys there. I don't know if I want to shoot. I assume they're coming up here, so I'll turn this off and wait for them. I don't know where they went. There's a boat as well. Come on! Thank God. I wonder if they all live there. There might be 3 of them living there. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's this Rosamaria guy again. That's the guy that killed me at oil. But we know where he lives now. Rosamaria and his group were now on my radar, and if I wasn't already convinced that they were going to be an issue, my concerns were about to be solidified. Oh, there's someone out there checking out the vending machine. Please don't be breaking the pipes again. There is no way I just died to that. And it's him again, it's Rosamaria. Embarrassingly annoying death aside, this moment may seem like it's not worth noting. The pipeline wasn't broken and there was no damage done. However, one thing to note is that leading up to this death, we can clearly see that the door in the vending machine is still there. Keep that in mind. After this, we headed straight to the oil rig as it had just respawned. What the Alright, you know the drill. Take this full inventory back to the vending machine and send it back to home. Dude, they blew off this door again. Are they dumb? I looted the rest of the rig, including a rocket from the locked crate, and then pondered who could possibly have blown off the door on my vending machine in the 30 minutes between when I had last seen it intact. I had a hunch on who it was, and also conveniently had gotten that rocket from the locked crate. I now just needed a launcher and a bit of sulfur. There's a 2% chance of getting a rocket launcher from a locked crate, and given my easy access to the oil rig, how hard can it be to get one, right? Ooh, cargo's in. No launcher. Still no launcher from any of the crates. Ooh, take 2, I guess. Come on, man. He's got to be dead, right? Yes, finally, and a C4. Now we just need the sulfur and we're good to go. had the sulfur, I had the rocket blueprint, and I had the launcher. Now it was time to put it all together. Having run oil rig a lot, we had acquired quite a few MLRS rockets, so the plan was to build a raid base, use the MLRS rockets, and then get pummeling. Pretty simple.
She tryna pull vert on my half pipe, Tony thought. Money flows in my bank account, man, it don't stop. Tryna jug a piss, got stopped, screw a shit cop.
Yo, officer, I'm sorry, I'll stop.
Sipping on the haterade, sipping on the haterade. Tryna get the money so I can make it precipitate. Scribing all these bars by mumble when I take it. I'm posted with your mommy, that's the reason why she was so late. Yeah, all they be so hot. She mommy just like ice. She tryna get me top, I ain't tryna stay the night. Buy my money, buy my cheese, though. Roll the bank, roll, call it play, though. I'm a sane, though. So I hit it from the back up, two steps an angle. Got a fresh chain, silver piece, let it dangle. Double devil, little pad, I'm floating on the lake. My mama always told me, yeah, you better eat your beans. Yeah, I'm really about my scary movies, cause I let my freaks. Yeah, my record like a mountain.
It's open. Time to go check it out. Alright, first thing first, we seal this. I'm just gonna cover that up. I'll break that. Oh my god, I'm fumbling. Sealed. Make a TC. Alright, what do we get? Oh my god, the high qual. Comps, dude. Look at the comps. C4. More high qual. Oh my god, the gunpowder. Guns? Dude, these guys are loaded. There's people outside. We got counterers. Can they help you? Oh, no way. They're actually raiding in. Good on them. I'm actually just going to F1 and come from the raid base with a spare kit. Surprise them, maybe. The counter raiders had unfortunately run out of boom to get inside my raid, and in the end, I was able to secure all of the juice and eliminate Rosamaria for good. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go pick yourself up some free samples from Gamersupps, and also watch this video where I made the entire map my base using pipes.